Starting from this walk animation that we did in one of the previous exercises, I will change this walk animation to transform it into a run animation. Once again, we will consider the key poses, okay? They are our guidelines to make a successful run cycle. Of course, that as it happens with walk, you can later change it and personalize it and give it different feelings, different emotions related to the action itself. But for now, let's just make the transition between the walk and the running based on the same keys that we taught before. So it is the contact down, passing and up, and then again contact down, passing and up. Let's change each of these poses in order to transform it into a run. Before continuing, what I will do here is I will just bring the body parts, okay, and I will transform this into a symbol so I can duplicate it and change each pose instead of doing everything again. So I will just copy these frames, copy frames, and then I will create a new symbol. It will be a graphic. This is my walk cycle. And now I will come here and say paste frames. So what I have here is now the walk cycle. Okay, great. Now I'll come back here to the original scene. And now in my scene, I will just clean this scene because I have a lot of trash. Here I'll just delete everything. I'll just create a new one and I will delete also this one. And this is my walk. And if I come now to my library, Control L, this is my walk cycle. This is the symbol that I just created. And now you can see that it's here. Now, if you want to export it as a PNG sequence, you can, or generate a sprite sheet. And if you generate, for example, a sprite sheet, you will have, you will have each pose of your animation here. Okay, these are the 8 poses that we draw, and you can then export. Or so I told you that we are going to change this walk animation. Oh, I still want my guidelines. Now I can bring how many walks I want. I can even put them smaller so they will be a bit further or bigger. Okay, and they are all animating. I can also change the timing when they start, so they will not be all synchronized. They are all synchronized because they are all starting in the first frame. Okay, so this means that the first position of each one is this, and I want to make it I want to start it in 3, but pay attention that if you are here and you change here, you will create a new keyframe. So pay attention to come to the initial one and make it here 3. Or you can also start, for example, if you click on frame picker, you can choose which pose you want to start. So for example, I will start in this one and the second one. And now what I have is this one starting in the 3rd, this is starting the 4th, this is starting in the 1st. So you can create an illusion that they are not exactly all the same, but they are. Okay. Anyway, I didn't want to make more walks. I want to create a run, but you know that if I start making change here, I will change the walk cycle. But I don't want to change this walk cycle. I want to duplicate it and then create the run cycle. So let's bring again our library, and now let's duplicate this one and let's call it run cycle. And now I will create a new one. This will be run. This is my walk. This is my walk. I made a mistake. I want here to have the run. So I will swap this symbol, have the run. So this is the run cycle. This is the walk cycle. And now I can change here because now I'm not changing that walk cycle. Okay, so what changes do I want to make? And I will now bring our reference to to create this run cycle, you will see this is the same book as I told you before, and the Animator survival kit. So what you see here, we still have 4 poses for each leg, so it's an 8 cycle. Okay, let's keep it in an 8 cycle animation. So I have here the contact. The names are the same: contact, up, passing, down, contact. If you read in the other way around, is what we have: contact, down. Okay, so contact, down, and then we have the passing. So the passing for now is this one, and then up, up, and again contact. Okay, so they are the same names, but let's make some changes. So what difference do we see here? In our contact, now it's called an extreme contact, we see that this leg here is also touching the ground with the heel, but the back leg is not supporting any weight. The back leg is actually up, you see, is bent here. So we will do the same. Instead of having this leg right there, we will have it bended. Just delete this one and this. Oh, it should actually be black. And then we have here the down, and this down here is more similar to our passing. If you see, this is the leg that is bent. This leg is not bent, but we can actually make it bent, and this pose would be quite similar to this one. So I will just postpone this pose. Here our passing is also quite different. So let's continue. Okay, this is our up, and our up is different, but look at this pass pose. This pass pose is actually very similar to our up. So let's transform this passing pose to our up. So let's see the differences. This leg is more stretched and backwards, so let's do it also. And this, the back leg here, is more bent. Okay. And then we have again the contact, but the contact, remember, legs straight. Okay, we can leave it like that, a little bit further, and bend this leg here. Okay, so we made some changes here. We have lift this leg up. I didn't do anything here yet, neither here, but I have here our now it's a passing pose, and again a contact. So what we need to do here is, if this is our passing pose, I will bring this one here to here. Okay, and here what I have is actually kind of a passing, if you think about the walk animation. So let's make that pose, and again here. Okay, and now our up, what is happening here is that none of the legs are touching the ground, and the character is like flying. Okay, like nothing on the ground, it's just flying from this impact. See that this passing pose has this kickoff, giving the energy to jump. So this is a little jump here before going to hit on the ground with the heel again. Now let's make the ups and downs accordingly to this. So the down is the passing, but the down on the run, if you exaggerate the up and down too much, what will happen is that it will lose velocity. The speed is hampered by too much up and down. So let's do some up and down, but not too much. Yeah, this is the contact, and the more time the character stays off the ground, the more speed it will transmit. So we can make this contact not yet touching the ground, because it's coming from a position where both legs are flying. So we can actually put this pose a bit up. Okay, he's down here, not so up. Okay, maybe we can have to, we will need to change that. I have to change this, just trying to make it real fast, but then I think it looks weird. Let's take a look. So this is the basics for the running cycle, okay? Do your approach right now, because the next exercise will be more detailed. It will still be a draft, but we will pay attention to the arms because they have a significant role in the running, since we will increase more the rotation because there's much more energy while a character is running, and to transmit that energy we will have to rotate more the arms to help supporting all the energy. And I don't want to have to do it right now. Just try first to create your running cycle. Maybe you can try to play with the ups and downs a bit more, even with the moments where the legs are on the ground. Okay, so do that for now, and I will come back soon with another proposal of exercises, more complete.